Hello guys, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Last time I believe I put someone into space just to do some science and then brought them back to the planet. So I no longer have that contract. The only contracts I have are rescue Nilba's Kerman and explore the moon. I do have a ship that will make it to the moon, land on the moon, and make it all the way back. But I need to do some stuff before I can actually get that one. So I know there is these ones. They're annoying because you have to test them at a certain condition. Like this one has to be splashed down, has to be in the ocean, and I have to activate it in the staging sequence. So that one's actually not very good for me. This one is also splashed down. There's a lot of splash down. I think they're supposed to be, there we go. The Skipper liquid engine on a suborbital trajectory. And it gets me about 150,000 and a bunch of science. So right now I need to get about 40 more science to get one of the parts I need. So I have a year to do that one. And it's got to be that high up. I should be able to get to that, especially since it's suborbital. I don't have to actually put it in orbit, I just have to get it to space. Test the Poodle engine in flight. A certain height. I don't like the ones that give you a certain speed to do it at, because it's very hard to actually get to guarantee that speed. But some of these, like the radial decoupler, they're not really worth it. They're easy enough to do. Actually, I might do them just because they get me a bunch of science. And I can do them stupidly simple. Just sitting on the... Landed at Kerbal. Landed at Kerbal. And this one landed at Kerbal. I can actually test all these ones sitting there on the landing pad. So I think I'm just going to take these ones for the sake of getting the science from them. And they will all be very easy to get. I just have to build a simple little rocket. And that's all I have for now. So I have to test the Skipper in a suborbital trajectory. My only requirement is I have to be at a certain altitude. So I just have to build something that gets me to that altitude. These other three I'm gonna go do really quick, just sitting at the launch pad. Okay, here we are at the launch pad. It is nighttime, but I'm going to sit here and do the tests for them. Easy. Makes it nice and easy. I think it is do this. Nope, I have to activate you. And there we go! That's one contract complete for 12 science. Got me a couple $100. And now that I don't have that problem, I can say, oh, these are not right. I need to have these down here. Wait, and do that. And now, I messed that up. Actually, I don't even, come to think of it, I don't even have to actually give it enough throttle for it to do anything. So I can lower the throttle all the way to darn near minimum. There we go. So, I gotta redo these ones. Fire off the decoupler. That's that one completed, and do this. And there we go. I just completed both of those. Nice and easy without even leaving the launch pad. So that's 12 science and 12 science. I just got 24 science without even leaving the launch pad. How do you like that? And now I just recover. Okay, so I got everything back. I got Jebediah back. Okay, now I need to scrap all that. I need to make something that will take this skipper all the way to space. Okay, here we are at the launch pad. And first thing I'm going to do, I'm actually going to move this down because I do want that to kind of fire at some point between the max throttle SAS, which it probably isn't going to actually do much, but we'll see. Fire! And let me see. You go away, or already did you, so why are you still in there? Do I have to do it again? Oh, that's the other decoupler that I need to test. So I need to be at about 80,000 or 80 kilometers. We'll see how this rocket actually does because, dang it. As we can see, I am doing very well. My rocket is making it. I'm at 40 kilometers. 50. 60. And you can see I still have a lot of fuel actually. But I'm saving myself by only going straight up. There we go. That should drop down to about the range I need. 79 to 81.7. If I need to, I can always give it just a little bit of power to about hold it. You can see my speed is dropping. Okay, so I am going to ditch these as well as this one because I'm obviously going to make it where I need to. All of that will fall back to the planet and I'll get absolutely nothing from it. So let's see. Suborbital trajectory, I do have that, even though it doesn't say I do. And altitude, I am making my way. Let's speed this up just a little bit. And I am in space. There we go. It gives me the check mark for suborbital trajectory. Now I wait until after I hit 79,000. And I will fire the skipper engine. I will give it very little thrust because I actually I can just say run test. I'm almost there. And there we go. I ran my test. I got my stuff for it. $106,000 and 43 science. So that one right there gave me exactly what I needed. So I now have plenty of science. I have 106. I might do a couple little things off camera just to give me some extra science to play with. But for now, time to get this back to the planet. I'm not too far from the Space Center, so as soon as this is landed, I will be going to the Science Center so I can pick up some new research some new parts and stuff. It'll give me the parts I'm looking for are fuel lines, and I think I want to get struts. I'm not sure if I actually will. And there's one part that I actually need to buy that I have unlocked, I just haven't purchased it yet. And fire you. Puts me not too far from the ground. God dang you. I hate landing at night. I can never actually like see the texture on the ground, so I can't tell how far it is. Ah, there it comes. And landed. Congratulations, Jebediah, you have returned. I think I can get a little bit of science from him. That was the wrong button. Um, 0.5 science. It's something. Okay, I've already done that. Get back on board, and I will do a crew report. No, I have not done that here. So that gets me 1.4 science. So that was a about $20,000 rocket. They got me over $100,000. So that rocket was very much useful. I got a little bit of science stuff. I got a lot of funds out of it. I didn't get a whole lot back from my rocket, but I got it all. So let's see, the parts I needed are in here, are the struts. But I don't think I want to get that just yet. I want to make sure I can get the fuel line. The fuel line will allow me to do dynamic staging, which will allow me to dump off fuel tanks as they empty out. I do not have enough science for that, so I will run a quick rocket that'll give me the science I need for it. Then I think I may actually cut this video short, and I may cut this video a little bit short, and next time will be a full episode of just going to the moon. So I need my basic science rocket. He's actually going to give me a lot of science right now because there is quite a bit of science stuff I have not done, which I could easily do considering Materials Bay. The only one I actually have done is, what was it, sitting at the launch pad. Oh, I just realized I could have added another one of those radial decouplers just to sit there and test it on the launch pad. Oh well. I'll come back and do that again off camera. Give me a nice little explosion again. There we go. And fire. Okay, so observe mystery goo. Yeah, I'll say that. Observe Materials Bay. I don't believe I've done any of these. There we go. 15.8 science. Fire that one as well. Can I do a crew report? It's got absolutely nothing, so not worth it. I can keep doing the mystery goos. I won't get anything from them, but well, flying at Kerbal, I need flying high above Kerbal. I forgot to turn on SAS, so I'm drifting. I do need to get into the upper atmosphere stuff before I can do the next materials bay. But yes, next time I will finally be launching a rocket to go to the moon. And I do intend to go to the moon, get in orbit, land, and come right back. I did wow, I'm actually getting air effects going up. I never get these effects going up. Drop you off. Oh no, this one. I got a little bit from that. We're in the upper atmosphere. Observe the materials bay. Rarefied air has caused interesting changes to gel samples. That gets me another 15.8 science. Am I gonna make it into space? I'm gonna make it all the way out into space. Holy cow. This is a very simple rocket to make it that far out. Do I have a crew report? No, I do not. Turn that off because this is just not going to go anywhere. Okay, I'm in space. I do a couple of mystery goos. Space near Kerbal. I think it's over 100. It becomes high over Kerbal. Nope, still near Kerbal. But I am gonna go pretty far out. See if it's over 150, I think. I don't know. I don't remember what the actual mark is for going outside of Kerbal's inner space area. I'm going to ditch that because I don't need it anymore. Oh, I am now going back down. Ooh. Oh, that's right, I had it accelerated. Let's accelerate again. Get me down into the lower atmosphere. And then I will launch my parachutes and let's put out my landing gear, just because I can. I'm going to be landing in the ocean. Hooray. Some cool sound effects. That actually looks really cool. Touchdown. Nice and smooth. Okay, I'm going to take him out a little because I think he has some stuff he can do. There we go. And a surface sample. Gives me a little bit more science. Back on board. Yeah, you've already done that. Okay, so that got me everything I needed for that. I got a lot of science out of this. So I should now have plenty of science for what I need. Stupid alarms. I got 37.7 science. I almost got as much science as I need to buy what I need. And I got most of my parts back. Got about 9,400 in funds. And Jebediah, who's obviously doing really well. Okay, so I need to research this one. And get the struts. I'm gonna get the clamp just because I actually do use it with some of them. Not all of them, but I do use it with some. This is going to be one of the next ones I want to get because I do really need this probe. So I can start sending unmanned missions. I can use the MK1, the Mark 1 cockpit sometimes. Sometimes I'll use it. Most of the times I don't though. Oh, the reaction wheel. That gives me much better SAS control. Rocketry. I am looking forward to in the missions. There's supposed to be a mission to do the mainsail engine. Science data from space around Kerbal. I'm going to take this, and I actually have something I'm going to do, which is I'm going to, for the sake of that one, I'm going to put someone in orbit around Kerbal, because that is a, I know for a fact that is a recurring mission which will come back every once in a while. And I can just put someone in orbit around Kerbal, and he will constantly do that and constantly get me the stuff for it. So it'll be nice and easy for me to make a lot of money off of him, just having him sit up in space. So let's see who I can put up there. Let's put Ronnie. Ronnie seems kind of cool. Ooh, actually I don't think I can yet. I need to get some solar panels, I think. Ah, there we go. That's what I'm gonna need next. Is I need to unlock that one, or no, I can unlock this one, and I'll get the solar panel. As soon as I get that, I can put my guy in orbit around the planet, and he will forever have a electric charge. He's gonna have a very simple. He's just gonna be a capsule that floats around the planet. I can actually set him up. He is literally going to be just this with he's going to be just that. And he's going to have solar panels, and I think I might put the little battery up on top just because that's all he's going to have. And he's going to sit there and he's going to orbit Kerbal forever. I may leave him with an engine in case I ever want to pull him down and update his stuff. Actually, I might go do that now. Just give him a basic rocket that'll get him up there and put him in orbit with a very basic. Oops, wrong one. This one. Okay, I need that. Oh, and this is where those fuel lines will come in handy because I can actually use them like that, and the center one will feed off of those outer ones. Oops, I need to put engines on them. These, and I'll put this one. If you notice, I do tend to put the smaller engine in the center, just because it actually has the ability to, it has what is called gimbaling, which allows it to pull a little bit on in the different directions. So it allows me a little bit better control. Let's do. What am I doing? That goes there. I shall give him a simple little parachute. only gets 3 landing gear. Because he's actually not going to be using a whole lot of fuel off with this engine, which is very efficient. I am actually going to name this. Wow, I still can't type. There we go. Oh, let's see if it saved it. I don't have it in here. I'm going to have to rebuild my my one that I did in free build using only the parts available to me. So I'm going to put this guy in orbit. This will be the absolute end of this episode. I keep getting distracted and going, I'm like way past my time. I try to watch my time when I'm doing these things. Okay, so I now have Ronnie Kerman, who's going to go into space, and he's just going to go into orbit. He can do this, he can transmit, and he will constantly be doing that to get me a bunch of money. I still forgot to put that little decoupler on there. That'll be on my very next rocket that I put out there. So, for now, let's go to orbit. Being very fuel efficient. Don't want to go too fast. Okay, let's get up to 200 until I'm at 10 kilometers. Okay, and there we go. I still even have fuel left for putting him into an actual orbit. Let's get him ready for that. It's got a little ways to go. And 3, 2, 1, space. Let's fire. Oh, I need to... From space around Kerbal. You don't have a whole lot of fuel left. I'm gonna let you sit there for a second. Kind of catch up to your apoapsis. Okay. Fire. How is that for timing? So engine doesn't have a whole lot of power, but it does get the job very much done. And compared to all the other engines, it is actually one of the most efficient engines in the game. Which is why if you ever see me designing a rocket that's going to be staying in space, it will more than likely have one of these engines on it. Keep that AP right in front of them. About 83 kilometers. And there we go. My man Ronnie is in orbit. So let's see. Do a crew report. Doesn't give me anything. I think an EVA might. EBA report? It doesn't give me anything either. Get back on board. I'll do the crew report. And I'll transmit for zero data. It's gonna eat up a lot of my electric charge. But there we go. I did that. I got 5 science out of it and $30,000. This was a very inexpensive rocket to do it with, too. Okay, I leave you with the view of the beautiful space. You see the moon right there behind me? That's my next target. I leave you with the view of the beautiful space of Kerbal's space program. I shall see you next time, guys. So, until next time.